Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about the kettlebell clean with the swing. There's multiple ways of cleaning the kettlebell. There is a dead clean where you pick it up from the floor, and there's the swing clean, which is what we're going to talk about today. It's a really cool exercise because it allows you to progress into doing clean and jerk, the long cycle, military press, or multiple other kettlebell exercises like a front squat. And as you know, if you want to do a front squat, you have to clean the kettlebell first before you're able to do that. And you want it to look good, of course, if you're doing it in the gym or you're videoing yourself. You want to make sure you don't get injured and you feel good and you're doing it properly for the maximum amount of reward. So the first thing is that as a beginner, you have to make sure you're able to do a swing. So this video is made for beginners. A lot of my clients have this question, how to do the clean. It's something that you have to practice over time. It's kind of learning like a bicycle. You can't just kind of listen to a YouTube video and just go do the bicycle. As a kid, we listen to the parents, and then we try, fall, and then we learn. So it's kind of one of those exercises that you have to kind of get it over time with your mind and body connection. So as a beginner, you have to be able to do the swing. So you can use the competition kettlebells like this, or if you have a cast iron kettlebell, you can also use those. It's slightly different. The nice thing about the competition ones is that they're all the same size, so you can progress the weight pretty easily. And you can start with a lighter weight. Here I have a 6 kilo. It's a little bit lighter side for me, so I wouldn't be able to kind of feel it with this, but it's good for the purpose of showing you how to do that. So first thing that you want to work on is a swing. So you want to kind of be able to work on a good swing with a good mechanics where you're using your hips without using your arms too much. And then from here, you kind of want to work on bring it higher. So you want to bring the kettlebell higher to your shoulder height. So this is like the beginning phase of doing it clean. And you want to make sure it doesn't go too high because that's going to be not optimal for this exercise. You want to be able to bring it up to this position and then perform the clean. So with the clean, you want a rack position that is kind of solid. Your elbow is down, your wrist is solid and not extended. You want it to be flexed. The bell is comfortably positioned on your shoulder. The weight is transferred down. Your core is solid, and you're kind of resting at this position. And of course, in the beginning part, you're gonna feel a little bit of tension on your shoulder, but over time you will get more comfortable with this position. As always, try to practice with one before you progress to doubles. It's a ballistic movement, so it's really hard to coach because you can't really slow it down. So it's a clean is a clean, so you have to insert your hand mid-air into the bell to be able to transfer that momentum. It's kind of like a clean with the barbell where you're just doing it in the air. So there's not really a slow motion way of doing it. You can hold the bell on the top part of the clean. The bell has to wrap around your arms and then fall on your rack. So that motion only happens when you're transferring the handle from your fingers, which is when you're doing the swing. The bell is comfortably sitting on your fingers, and your thumb is relaxed. You're transferring that from the fingers to the back of your palm and using your thumb to kind of stabilize it. So this is the rack position, palm, and then when you go to the swing, you want to transfer that to your fingertips. So that's very important in terms of the handle. A lot of times the beginners are gripping the kettlebell too hard, and that's going to cause that wrist injury because on top they're just going to drop it down. So remember, this is not a dumbbell that you can just go like that. You have to be able to use a momentum, which means you're going to wrap the bell around your hand and drop it on your shoulder. For the first few sessions, it's okay if you use a little bit of momentum with your legs. So you kind of absorb the weight with your legs. This bell is of course too light, but if going a little bit heavier, it's totally fine to kind of use your body mass and your legs to kind of absorb the energy. But in general, you have to have a good solid rack position without using your legs and just the hand insertion. Yeah, another good exercise that you can practice is a bottom up swing. So you're gonna be able to practice this. If you're able to bring the kettlebell high enough from the side or from the swing, you should be in a good position. Of course, this is again a super light kettlebell, but if you're able to do this, you can definitely clean this weight, and as long as you have the good momentum where the bells are falling on the side. The other thing that you have to keep in mind is that how far you cast the bell outside of your body on the way to clean. So sometimes people cast the bell way too far from their body. So their arms are extended and the bell goes straight up. So this kind of motion is a little bit too hard for a clean because you gotta bring it from there to here. So that's too much, and you gotta end up hurting your shoulder or hitting your wrist. So the way you have to practice is to try to keep the bell closer to your body on the clean. So you swing, yep, and then keep it close to you. So then when you do the clean, it safely and slowly arrives on your rack without banging on your wrist. And then same as the way when you go down, you want to keep it close rather than casting it out too far. So not too far, close to your body. Yep. And the faster you're able to insert your hand, the easier it becomes. So if you're able to fast and explosive insert your arm into that hand insertion of the handle of the bell, the easier your rack is going to be. If you try to go very slowly, then you have less time to kind of absorb the shock.